to the video. My name is Chelsea and this is my wonderful assistant Morgan. And we are going to do a bit of a cooking video. I thought I wanted to do some very simple prep for you. This will undoubtedly turn out to be the most boring and simplistic meal prep you have ever seen in your life, but it is extremely effective. I found that it's super helpful to just cook up a few base starches, things like potatoes, rice, edamame, and then use those as the components to my meals. So that's what we're going to do today, and you only need to do this every few days or when you run out, and it means that it's very, very easy to throw together some kind of quick component bowl. Ready to get started? High five! Okay, Morgsy, we're going to start by doing some potatoes. Can you please go and get some potatoes for me? This is what kids are for. So all we're going to do is steam up some potatoes. I'm just going to cut the bad bits off, and this is my favourite prep and the thing that I do the most. So let's do it. Hello, trusty assistant. How are you going?
Good.
Washing your potatoes? Give them a good wash. We're going to steam them. Well done. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
So this is a very old-fashioned steamer that I literally got at the op shop one time, but it works extremely well. You could also use an Instant Pot. It doesn't really matter. You just want something that's going to be able to steam your potatoes.
What shall we cook?
I'm going to put this on to just like a 7 and put some water. We need water in the bottom. Just checking that I've got enough water. That's plenty. You just don't want it to boil away, and that will be disastrous. Always check that there's enough water, okay? Yep. And then excellent. Awesome.
There.
Okay, so next we're going to cook up some edamame. Should we do that? Yum. You love edamame too, eh? So yummy. Put it in the comments if you are a soy girl and you love edamame as well. This is boiling now, so you can put a teaspoon of salt in, carefully, very carefully. Great. And now we're going to put the edamame in. And then cook that for about 5 minutes. So we're going to make a Mexican rice dish that is from a friend of mine. She made it for us the other day and I really liked it, so this is her recipe. I'm going to do it in the pressure cooker. I feel like you could probably do it in a pot. A pressure cooker is, to be honest, probably best. And I love something like this because instead of cooking just regular rice, I can add more veggies, which is going to lower the calorie density. It's going to make it more filling. And then I'll also be adding more veggies on the side. And I'll probably freeze it because it gives like a really good base, and rice freezes really well. It reheats really well in the microwave. And it means that when I have some kind of starch that I need, or if I'm wanting rice for something, I can just pull that out and make it up. Wow, you cut me. Mean. Satay. Okay, so this one is ready, and I want to cool it down straight away. Edamame, I feel, is such a good side thing, and I also love to put it in my kids' lunches because it's just so good for you. So I just cook up a big batch at a time and then use it when I want to. Yummy. Be very careful. Careful, you don't touch the side. You want to do some grating? Okay, careful. I'm going to help you, alright? So you hold it on that. Hold the boat. put this in. Take your little kings and crowns away. 2 carrots in there. Cooking with kids is kind of chaos. Cooking with kids while filming. My strategy is I just am like, okay, failure and mess is going to be part of it. That's okay. We'll clean up later. Fail fast, right? That's what I always say. So if your potatoes start to just look a bit bubbly, just turn them down. So I've turned that down from like a 6 to a 7 to a 6. Just test it with a fork. Like that actually, I'd say pretty much done. Actually done, maybe like 2 more minutes. Stop eating them all, miss. A little bit of that. Tiny bit. And then the recipe said to add some tomatoes on top but not stir it. So there we go. Oh, you little slithering snake. Careful. Do 4 minutes. High pressure. You get a bit bored. You're fading, my love. Well, we'll eat soon, eh? So these potatoes are now done. I want to cool them down. I'm going to put them on a tray to cool down. Ouch! Just watch out when you're cooking that you don't accidentally stand on a little munchkin down there. Okay, so these are just going to cool, and I'm actually going to put some in my air fryer because I'm hungry. So this is like my favourite way to prep potatoes because it means I can just shove them all in the fridge. They're all cooked up, but then I can air fry them, which is what I love to do whenever I need them. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so my rice is cooking, my potatoes are done, my edamame is done, and I just remembered I have to go to an appointment. I'm getting my eyebrows laminated and my eyelashes tinted as well. So I'm gonna look a little bit different when I come back and I can actually eat this food that I've cooked up. I just got back from my appointment. As you can see, I got my eyebrows done and like a lash lift and tint. And I've done it once before, but I thought I'd do it again because it does mean that I look a bit more put together, but I don't have to put makeup on every day, which is really nice because I'm very, very low maintenance in that way. But Nick, while I was away, ended up eating my potatoes. Thanks, Nick.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to serve up this rice. I'm going to put my potatoes away. And one of the things that I like about having the edamame and the potatoes is I can make up my favorite meal, which I've shown in another video. And I literally just put some potatoes into the air fryer, cook them up, have that side of edamame, put some Creole seasoning and some avocado and some broccoli, and then I've got an amazing component meal. I could also do it with green beans or salad. I don't have those at the moment in terms of salad because prices are just astronomical in New Zealand, but you can see how easy it is to throw some stuff together when I've got those potatoes cooked up. And I'm going to portion this rice into little Ziploc bags so that I can put it in my freezer, and then when I need a serving of rice, I can just pull it out and defrost it in the microwave. Here we go. Look at that. Pretty darn good, to be honest. So I'm going to put the rest of those Ziploc bags in the freezer and just defrost them when I want, but I'm going to keep the rest because we'll have this most likely for dinner, and I'm super hungry, so these are going to hit the spot. So ideally I'll be able to put more veggies on these if I was going to have this as a full meal rather than just a snack, and it's just because I'm really hungry that I'm not. But if you had cherry tomatoes or capsicum, bell pepper, whatever you want to call it, onion, have that with this, or even a side of veggies, because that's going to lower the calorie density more. But if you remember, I already put a tin of tomatoes in, I put onions and carrots, so that's already lowering the calorie density of that rice a little bit, so it's not just like eating straight rice. This is what it looks like. Let's give it a taste test. Yummy. I feel like I could use like hot sauce, lime, a little bit more salt. Overall, pretty darn good. A jalapeno though. So this whole prep system that I've done, it's going to make my life easier. It means I've got something for the freezer and something that I'm going to use over the next few days, which is those potatoes and edamame. But realistically, I wouldn't be making rice very often. And if you want to be really successful in your prep, get as much pre-prepared ingredients and components as you possibly can that you don't have to do yourself. Whole Foods has frozen rice. I would choose that hands down over the system that I just did in terms of rice if we had that here. We don't. The only one of these things that I'm really doing that consistently is cooking up potatoes and cooking up edamame. There's a lot of complicated prep out there of people doing homemade sauces and salads, and you can actually get most of that stuff yourself, and it's going to make your life way easier. I buy a pre-prepared hummus, I buy coleslaw mix that's already things cut up. As much components as I can buy already prepped, I will, because it means that I will actually use it. You want to make the system as easy as possible so that you remove the obstacles to you actually following through. Do not get caught up in this idea that you have to have this amazing prep system like all the influencers that you see online. Bear in mind that it's people like myself's job to make videos like this and more complex ones to show what you're doing. So someone like yourself, if you've got a full-time job and you've got screaming kids and you are not a creator online, you probably don't need to have a system that looks like that, because your job is not to create content. Just bear that in mind and make this as easy as you possibly can. I'm literally cooking up potatoes every couple of days, and that's kind of as fancy as it gets. Prep should feel easy, and it should make your life smoother and easier than it currently is. I don't think that it should take hours. So bear that in mind as you are going forward. I will say though, that Mexican rice, I probably wouldn't make that very often as a prepped kind of meal, but as just a standalone meal, flippin' amazing. Great job, Ali, on coming up with that from scratch, from like pulling it out of your brain cells somewhere. So kudos to you, Ali Buchanan, you know who you are. Alright, so that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this little prep video. Let me know in the comments what kind of thing you will take from this, whether you're going to be cooking up potatoes, edamame, or whether you'll try this Mexican rice, and how you make your system as easy and straightforward as possible. I would love to hear the tips so that we can learn from each other, and I will see you next week for another video. Alright, bye! I added a little bit of lime concentrate. How fancy am I? I don't even have proper limes. And I'm gonna put in some of my favorite chili salt, which you cannot get because this is made by some local people at our market. But let's just see if the lime and the chili takes this to the next level. All right, there we go. That's better. Lime concentrate just does not hit the same. That's good though. Really good. Alright, this really is bad.